Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good evening. My name is Vern Fitzgerald. I'm a 70-year member, resident of this town. In fact, I was a resident before it even got up to me. My problem is Dakota Avenue. When I was young, my old dog used to lay out in the intersection of Reed and Dakota because it was a gravel road and his old bones loved the heat of those rocks. The neighbors used to slow down, stop, honk their horns, let the old dog get up and mosey out of the intersection before they took off. Now, you know what happened to a dog that even ventures out in the intersection today? Boom, thump, thump. That road, for years, they ever even plowed the road in the wintertime. They plowed it down below the folks' barn there, and the rest of it was not even put through there. For the longest time, that was basically ruts through the fields. That's all it was access for, was farmers' fields. They were like cow paths. Then they put in a little bit of gravel. Then come along, the city of Hayden came along and decided they'd annex everything. Well, they annexed it. The city of Hayden decided that, hey, we need to improve Dakota Avenue because that stretch was basically pasture with gravel on it. So, over the years, and there was an older gentleman, I've been trying to think of his name, but he was kind of in charge of the street department. He got his crew out there, and I'm sure that the city at that time had an engineer of some sort. But most of the time most of the area between Reed and Ramsey, the engineering was done by Big Thumb. I kid you not. They got out there, they dug out, they scraped off the topsoil, kept hauling in gravel till they got it up to the elevation they wanted and put a little pavement on it, and by golly, we're done. The sucker's not straight. And I even told them that there's a locust tree that if they wanted to take it out, if it was in the way, go ahead. But not too much work, so they kind of went around it. That road is basically going to have a whole bunch of new traffic on it. It's not designed. It was pointed out by one. It was pointed out that road looks awfully narrow compared to the other ones. It is, and it's not going to get wider very soon, unless. Well, anyway, you have that problem, that intersection, as Mrs. Adams said. They ought to come there during quitting time. I live on that. Trying to get through on that intersection at times is terrible. You have to sit there and sit there, sit there. And it's only going to get worse. Now, another thing the city should consider is that this all sounds good and it all fits in with the dotty map and thing up here, but these people are first. They're going to put in this. There's going to be X number of cars come along, but Mrs. Adams has a lot of acreage there. The former Long property across the street from this one, my property. By the time all that developed, and the Ratcliffe's old place on the other corner, across from this subdivision, all that's going to develop. And with the way it sounds, that to get more density, more bang for your buck, I figure if we can get 8 houses per acre, I've got 20 acres there. Good tailwind, I probably get 150 houses in there. That's another 300 cars. So that road was not designed for the loads that's going to be put on it and that wear and tear it's going to get. And let me see. Yeah. I feel like I'm kicking a dead horse here. I mean, I have not had you can't, they say you can't fight City Hall, but by golly, at least I got a chance to say that I'm against this. We're you're screwing it up for the rest of us. I mean, it was a nice place.
Thank you, sir.